So you're like, what are you doing? I thought you already had your doors done. See, oh, by the way, welcome back to Geek and Son. They're right here. Can't see, it's kind of dark. This is the driver's side door, as you can see. And it looks fine. It's got the old epoxy primer on it. Passenger side door's in here. See? And the body plug off. But look at the box. It's AMD. I don't want to be a salesman for AMD. And I love AMD, but I'm just saying, this is why I got the AMD doors I'm putting on now. So I was going to put on the original doors, but the body work and the rust and the yuck, it's just easier to put on the brand new doors. Now, yeah, it'll be a pain. I got to change all the guts out. I gotta sand this one now when I was all done. See? All the strikers and windows and wing windows and all that I gotta do still. But it's just labor, you know? And then when I'm done, we're gonna have all brand new sheet metal, except for the roof and the interior floor. And I mean, it doesn't take much to respray the epoxy. So might as well, right? I've got them. The big thing, if you watch my live video from, I don't know when, for me yesterday, I don't know about you, I didn't know these hinges moved. I thought they were static, which they're not. They move. Even when I was about to put the old doors back on, I was saying to myself, it's too bad these things don't move. Well, they do, and I figured that out just in the nick of time. So, right now, I'm gonna sand down this door, and I'm gonna hang it up on the old cart, and then we'll go ahead and do the next one. Get them sanded down first to 40, then to 80 grit, and then I'll get some epoxy primer on them, and then I guess then I'll hang them back up. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Keep watching. You gonna watch me sand? All right. First to 40 grit, then to 80 grit. Then I'm gonna grit my teeth. Then I'm gonna be so sweaty. It's gonna be awesome. Keep watching. Did I say subscribe a million times yet? Subscribe to my channel. All right, we got it sanded down to 40 grit, and now for the 80 grit. It's about an hour later. This is a brand new AMD door. Why am I sanding it down? Because I like everything down to bare metal. That way I know what's underneath what. So now I go ahead, sand it down to 80. First I do it with the DA, then I do it with the air file, and then just to make sure it looks nice. And then I will go ahead and flip it over. Try not to break the, bend it or dent it. And sand the other side that needs to be done. Then I'll hang it up here on this here rack. And then we'll do the other side. Check it out. It's shiny. Sanded down to 80. Like I said, I did 40 first. With the 40 first with the DA, then 40 with the air file, and then 80 with the DA and 80 with the air file. And now I'm going to do some Scotch-Brite and even out anything. Probably the same with the other side. Then I'll hang it up here on the old rack. We'll be ready to go for the driver's side door. So here is the driver's side door, the driver's side AMD door. Just sanded down, sanded off that EC, whatever it is, the black coating. Sand it off. And I go over it another time with the air file and another 40 because it flattens out these circular scratches. And then I'll do it at 80, and then it'll become shiny like a DeLorean. And then I'll be ready for the epoxy primer. So you can watch that if you want. All right, today we're gonna take these here AMD doors and sand the back of them, get them ready for some epoxy primer, and then we're gonna stick them back on the car. Then finally be ready to do a skim coat, especially on the roof, you know, etc., where it needs one. Right there. I don't need to show you again. Got the Nova out. I feel like the Nova's not getting a lot of attention lately. Look how dusty it is. So we're gonna take that for a spin too. Maybe I'll put that on the video.
Remember the other day when you said you were a mean old man? Yeah, I agree with that.
You, son. All right, so I got the door shell here on the stand. Put some bubble wrap underneath it to make it a little more cushy than it normally would be even. And I'm just gonna sand the sides off and this part that'll be exposed even when the door panel's on. Just wanna be really careful not to dent it. So here we go. Hi, I got both the doors sanded down to bare metal on both sides. And now I've got to clean them up and then epoxy them. It doesn't sound like much, but that just took me 2 hours per door. So, for one side. So we got 4 hours at each door. Now I could just scuff them up and hope for the best, but I like to put them down to bare metal, take them down to bare metal, because that way I know what the surface is. I mean, if I wanted this to be a Bondo car, could have been done with this car years ago, but it's gonna be awesome. So good. How's that? Can you see over here? Can you see over here? Can you see over here? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and spray epoxy on these AMD doors. Just gotta mix it up. First I gotta clean the doors again, even though I've cleaned them a lot, I'm gonna clean them again. I'm gonna clean the floors first. So I use a broom to do that, wanna see? It's so heavy. Okay, I got about 26 now. You can practice. Make sure you got enough room. Make sure you got enough hose. You can feel the difference. You can feel the air pressure difference. You can hear it too. You can hear where it's going. Try to keep your hands straight. Am I perfect at this? No, I'm brand new at this. Do your jams underneath everything first, otherwise you're going to get too much built up crap. Okay, I think I got it where I want a little bit more hose. Okay. get rolling. They're sprayed. Let's try not to bump into them or let a bug fly on it or anything. They look beautiful. They really do. And I did about 2.5 wet coats on it. I could go back and do another one. I think this is going to be good though. What do you think? That looks pretty good. And let's not be rude to the original doors. Sorry, doors. But yeah, these are better. Now I'm gonna let these dry, and then I'll hang them up on the old rack, and then I'll do the other side. Doors on one side covered in epoxy primer, and I got a little fast, and I gummed up the thing with my fingerprints. It's still a little tacky. A little bit on that one too, but you know. Oh, and there's a rod. No! But what I'm gonna do today is the other side, which is inside the doors, which really is so quick. I mean, it's kind of bad because I got to spend all this time to get the paint gun ready and cleaned. So, you know, but it needs to be done, so I'll do it. Somebody order a door? Here it is. So, there's been a couple little drips. It's a little cloudy, but I think that's the smoke from these Californians. If it gets any drippier, I'm going in though. So we got the, yeah, there's no latch on there, so that's a little pushed in, but door sanded down, the whole car sanded down to 120. This is after the epoxy. So probably the next thing I'll do is get some guts out of the doors and make the latches work, and then I'll adjust the doors. Then I'll do that that fiberglass filler around the gaps, like on this sail panel and where the deck lid meets. Maybe here, I don't know, those are pretty good. Have to scoot it over a little bit. Definitely these door gaps. Maybe get the fenders, I don't know. Depends on how crazy I want to get with the gaps. I definitely want the door gaps to look good and the deck lid. So I guess the hood would be included in that. But it's pretty good. I mean, they're all brand new. I keep getting this stuff on my hood and other surfaces. I don't know if it's the bugs or if it's my sander crapping out, like some oil. Oh, look at this. How much sandpaper I went through just today. Probably at least 30 sheets of this crap. Because it gets this buildup, the gumballs, and then it will leave lines you don't want to leave on there. So you got to keep switching it out. Generallee's coming along. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks a lot. Bye.